All right, ready to dive into some really cool science?
Always.
Today, we're looking at something that could totally change how we think about weight management.
Oh, interesting.
It's all about this potential breakthrough ingredient, IPE.
IPE.
Yeah, and the study we're digging into today suggests it might help people feel fuller, and manage weight better.
I bet everyone's thinking another weight loss thing.
Right. Like, come on, another one. But hang on, because what makes this different, what makes it really interesting, is that it's based on something that already happens naturally in our bodies.
Oh, so they took something our bodies already do and kind of hacked it.
Kind of, yeah. It's
okay.
pretty wild. So IPE stands for inulin propionate ester.
Inulin propionate ester. Got it.
And the real star of the show here is propionate. Now, propionate is something our gut makes when we digest fiber.
Okay, fiber gut propionate.
And get this, it actually tells our brains to reduce hunger.
So like a natural appetite suppressant.
Exactly. Pretty neat, right?
Yeah, that is clever. But I'm guessing there's a catch. Like, we probably can't just eat a ton of fiber and get the same effect.
You got it. We'd have to eat way, way too much fiber to get enough propionate to really make a difference.
Okay.
And that's exactly where IPE swoops in.
IPE to the rescue.
Exactly. It delivers a concentrated dose of propionate.
Yeah.
Like way more than you'd ever get from your normal diet.
Okay, so like giving your body a boost of that, I'm full signal.
That's the idea. So to see how this all worked, the researchers designed a two-part study.
Makes sense. You got to see both the immediate effects and if it works long term.
Right. So first they did this fun thing. Imagine you've got 20 volunteers. Half get IPE, half get inulin, which is a type of fiber.
Okay.
Then you unleash them on an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Oh, wow. That's a study I'd sign up for.
Right, I know. So what do you think happened?
I'm guessing the IPE group didn't go quite as crazy at the buffet.
You nailed it. The IPE group actually ate 14% less food on average.
Whoa, 14%. That's not messing around.
No, that's a real difference. And it wasn't just like they felt a little less hungry. Blood tests showed they had higher levels of those appetite-regulating hormones.
So the extra propionate was really doing its job, sending those I'm good signals to the brain.
Totally. But this buffet test, that was just the first step. The big question is, does IPE work long-term?
Yeah, because anyone can lose a few pounds. But keeping it off, that's the real challenge.
Exactly. So for part 2, they got 60 overweight volunteers and put them on a 24-week program.
Okay, so almost half a year. That's a decent amount of time.
Yeah, long enough to see some real results. And the results, well, they were pretty impressive. Way fewer people in the IPE group gained significant weight compared to the inulin group.
That is promising. It's looking like IPE could be more than just a fad diet. It might actually help people manage their weight over time.
Yeah, and there's more. The IPE group also had less belly fat and liver fat.
Wait, why is that a big deal?
Well, that kind of fat, sometimes it's called visceral fat. It's linked to higher risk of some serious health issues like heart disease and type 2 diabetes.
Ah, okay. So less of that fat means you're probably healthier overall.
Right. It's a good sign. Now, I bet you're wondering, how do I get my hands on some IPE?
Yeah, am I going to have to start chugging propionate?
Thankfully, no. Researchers are already looking at ways to put IPE into everyday foods.
Oh, that's cool. So like you could have a slice of bread that actually helps you feel fuller for longer.
Right. It could be a real game changer.
Yeah.
But we got to be real. This is still early research. We need more studies to know for sure about long-term effects and safety.
Right. Right. Always good to be cautious.
It's exciting, but we got to keep in mind there's still a lot to learn.
I get it. This is like the frontier of science. Lots of possibilities, but we got to be careful.
Exactly. So we've got the basics of IPE, some super interesting study results, and even a peek into the future of food. But there's more to explore.
You know, all this talk about IPE and our food?
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting, but
Yeah.
we got to think bigger picture too.
What do you mean?
Well, like if IPE does become this like super popular thing, who actually gets to benefit from it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Will everyone be able to get it, or will it just be like another expensive ingredient that only some people can afford?
Right, like we've seen that happen before with health trends,
Yeah, exactly.
creating more inequality.
Exactly. We got to think about those social and economic impacts, alongside the science.
It's about making sure everyone benefits.
Yeah, not just a few lucky people.
And what about, like, the mental side of things?
Oh, interesting point.
Like, how would easy access to IPE, how would that change our relationship with food?
Yeah, how would it change our own, internal drive to make healthy choices? It's tricky.
Yeah.
On one hand, you could say, oh, IPE could really help people, manage cravings,
Yeah.
feel satisfied with smaller portions.